Scott Morrison's been quite strong in his language towards China, so is the Foreign Minister Maurice Payne. And they knew there was the chance of this. First there was beef, then there was barley, now it's wine. Wine exports to China worth $1 billion a year. 37% of the wine that's exported is to China. And now China's Ministry of Commerce deciding to conduct an anti-dumping investigation into wines imported from Australia and a countervailing duties investigation. This would be an investigation into whether Australian wine exports are receiving and benefiting from government subsidies. It's expected the investigation into anti-dumping will be completed by 18th of August next year, so some time to wait on that, although it could be extended until February 2022. But we've seen wine companies' share prices dip about 15 to 20% in some cases off the back of this news today, Tom. It's worth pointing out that Australia had the second highest average price in terms of wine imports into China in the first half of 2020. So the argument is there's not some sort of, the wine's not being dumped on the market there. This is eerily similar, what appears to be happening here, to a warning made by the Chinese ambassador to Australia to the Australian Financial Review in April. Let's have a listen to that.
So it's up to the people to decide. Maybe the ordinary people will see, why should we drink Australian wine, eat Australian beef?
Maybe they'll just stop them coming there with large tariffs. So here's a statement from the Federal Trade Minister to us a short time ago, Simon Birmingham. He says Chinese authorities have today announced the launching of this anti-dumping investigation, and they've also advised Australia considering a request to launch a countervailing duties investigation. This is a very disappointing and perplexing development. Our wine industry has worked incredibly hard to establish itself as a world-leading producer and export powerhouse. Australian wine is highly sought after in China because of its quality. Australian wine is not sold at below market prices and exports are not subsidised. Australia will engage fully with the Chinese processors to strongly argue the case. There are no grounds to uphold the claims being made. Our government will stand with the Australian wine industry to uphold their integrity. But more bad news, Tom. It's a good thing that iron ore, that China's so reliant on our iron ore stocks, because otherwise we'd be in a bit of strife. This is now the third area in a matter of months.